But one thing I have been able to do is buy and sell. So I've been really getting into eBay and Facebook Marketplace and going to car boots. So
cool.
I have been doing that, and I have bought some games, but I've bought lots of stuff. Just trying to just generate a new revenue stream. But it's also something that I don't know, I just enjoy it.
I love car boots.
Yeah.
I fucking love them.
Yeah, I do. I've been going every Sunday morning at like 8. It's just great.
Do you go to the same one, or do you just try and go to
Yeah,
different
and I'm starting to realise there are some regulars.
that's it.
There are some,
They'll be
selling
there.
the same stuff week in, week out.
That's it.
But yeah, no, there is some, some stuff to be had. Like gaming wise, it's a World of Warcraft expansion from like 12 years ago. I just looked at it and I was like, that is that's sealed.
Wow.
And I was like, how much for that, mate? Because, sealed in like the original thingy, that goes for even more. I was like, how much do you want on that, mate? He was like, £2. And I was just like, Jesus. Okay, yeah, I'll take that, mate. I'm not even going to knock you down.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that, But like,
£1.80?
Yeah, is that £1? But how it started, which is crazy, right, is a few weeks back, maybe a few months now. We just went around the car boot. We went late, and this guy was packing up all his shit, and he was selling furniture, and he was like, if you take that table, there's a lovely like old fashioned vintagey wooden desk with a red leathered inlay top, right? So if you take it, you can have it for free. And I was like, I will take that. So I took it, put it on Facebook Marketplace. I looked online at how much similar ones sell for, put it on Facebook Marketplace. 3 weeks later, it sold for £150, and I got it for free.
Banging.
Yeah,
so that's sort of my starting budget now.
Yeah.
Like,
there's so many opportunities in that car boots.
Yeah. He couldn't be asked to put it on his van.
Yeah.
And he made me £150.
I did one a few months ago. It's just to get rid of. I had so much stuff out of a cupboard, and I've paid storage for this cupboard, and I was like, I've had it for 2 years. Paid like well over £2,000 for this storage. Like the stuff in it's not even worth that. So I just got the whole lot and I car booted it. And towards the end of the day, so I had all these army jackets. I had about 10 of them, and like no one was buying them. And you can literally sell them on eBay. I just can't be bothered to put mine. You can sell them on eBay for about 40-50 quid. They're proper brand new army. And I was telling people, I was like, you can have them for £5 each. Put them on eBay, you'll get 40-50 quid each for each of them.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, and then in the end, this woman at the end of the day, I was like, you can have the whole lot for a £5. And I was like, trust me, it's about 200-300 quid's worth of and she was still having an iron, and she bought them in the end, and it just made me laugh because it's like, I mean, it's like
some things
hard to list them and put the size because the actual proper army ones, the sizes are army size, so it's different. I just can't be bothered putting all the different listings on eBay and that, and the messages and stuff. But there's opportunities because like usually at car boots you get a couple of different types of people, but you do get some people who just want to get rid of everything. They don't care, even if they give it for free. They'll just get rid of it. So there's opportunities there for sure.
100%. It is really interesting, and it's just cool to like just finding shit that then you kind of look up the price and you're like, holy shit.
The light bulb moment.
I feel definitely. Like that sort of opportunity happens quite a lot with people who do have furniture to sell at car boots because it's like an convenience scale. Like, can they be asked to take it back and come next week, or are they only there for that week and they just want to get rid of everything?
They don't want to take it home.
Exactly. So,
for sure.
The weird thing is, I can confirm that guy is there every week. But he obviously just couldn't be asked to lift the desk up onto the van. Which is like, okay, fair enough. I will put it in my car. But yeah, it's Evil Pixie says Facebook Marketplace is worse than car boots for haggling.
Oh yeah, just ridiculous.
My dad wants to sell his sofa, and he knew that I was starting to do this sort of stuff. So he was like, "Oh, can you sell it for me?" And I'll just give you a cut. I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And put his sofa on It's a beautiful, like I mean, my stepmom is like a clean freak, so it's basically like it's 7 years old. It's basically fucking mint condition. It's insane.
Yeah.
So anyway, I put it on Facebook Marketplace, and I had a guy. Bearing in mind we're in Norwich, a guy from Liverpool. He went quiet in the end. I don't know if he was taking the piss.
Right.
A guy from Liverpool. He was like, "Yeah, I'll buy it. Can you have it delivered to Liverpool?" And it's just sort of like, are you gonna pay for that? Because I'm not. Like, what the fuck, you know, just like the time and effort and costs. I just go to DFS, like, you know. But yeah, I sold a few sofas and stuff. Yeah, just sort of really getting into it. But I'll go on my Patreon. I've talked about it, and there's a guy on there, Zach Bruce, shout out. He was like, "Oh, I do that. Like, I buy and sell all the time. Like, it's kind of like I think it might be his main source of income." So he was like, "If you need any tips, just let me know." And because I was saying about how I want to niche down, funnily enough, into retro video games, because I kind of had the idea, if this goes well in the future, I could have like a retro video game shop, and that would be like a dream come true. But he did say, and I may still, you know, you never know. But he said, like, if you want to make money, don't niche down, because there's money in like so many different things. He's like clothes, for example. I mean, like you were saying there with the jackets, clothes,
like trainers as well.
Crazy trainers, absolutely.
Yeah, there's once you get don't niche up.
Yeah.
There's so many
horizons.
The good thing now, I mean, I used to do it years ago and make loads of extra money from it. But the good thing is now you can just check on your phone. Well, good and bad, because everyone can check on the phone. But back in the day, like it was all about your knowledge.
Yeah.
It's funny you said about that flip thing, because we were, me and Greg, a couple of years back, we were like, oh, let's try and build a flip channel and see if we can basically. We were like, oh, let's try and get to a buy to let flat, like to 20 grand, and then put it down on a buy to let up north. So we had a really good start. We started off, we got a cabinet for free, and he was on this other website. We got a caravan. I don't know if you saw it. Do you remember seeing it?
I don't
know.
Yeah, what, the one that was in the factory?
Was it that one? I don't know if that was James's. There was one we had outside. We got a caravan for free.
I saw the caravan outside. That was for free.
We got it for free, mate. So yeah, we had all we cleaned it, had all mold and stuff.
Yeah, you cleaned it all out.
Cleaned it all out, put like a new panel in, and we actually sold that for 500 quid. But then we just didn't have the time. It was like over Corona and stuff, so like just obviously it wasn't important. But yeah, I think to get to your first 500 quid from nothing.
Yeah,
it was one of the hardest. Once you got 500, you can get other stuff. So the next part was like we were going to get a car, an old car, and then flip that, and then go up. And the aim was to get to 20 grand, but obviously Corona hit and other priorities. But I just thought it'd be a good series.
Absolutely.
That sounds cool. I'd watch it.
That's funnily enough, that's another thing that I've thought about. But at the same time, like I seem to turn everything that I enjoy into like YouTube, which I think is where I go wrong.
And then you can lose enjoyment.
But but I watch loads of like flip channels and stuff where they go, you know, and more specifically golf ones, weirdly, like flipping golf clubs and stuff, which there's a lot of money in. But I fucking love them, and there's definitely a community there and stuff, and it would be totally different. But then it's then again like you're turning. But then that's kind of the way of the world. Like if you can make content out of it,
it's still there's still elements of enjoyment. Like we film, I've got it somewhere. We filmed the first couple of bits, and it was actually really enjoyable. It was funny, and like so the good thing about it is I had the pickup truck at the time, so like we could go and get bits of furniture, and add the factory, so we could pick up big bits of furniture, store them, and then flip them. So that like, especially nowadays, like I said, there's opportunities everywhere if you want to flip and make money. Just having the time and effort to do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I've decided, and this, I don't know how long, I hope this will continue, obviously, but obviously it needs to work. I am dedicated, when I come back, I'll basically, because I'm off at the minute, I'm like trying to I want to have a structure when I come back.
Yeah.
And I'm going to dedicate a day to the flipping shit, to obviously buying, to photographing, to uploading, and stuff like that, and just see where see
They
where
should
it
definitely
goes.
document it, because it's like I said, there's a community there, and like there's loads of people who will watch it.
Yeah.
And it's just like just do a little mini series, bang it on your YouTube. It doesn't completely fit with your other stuff, but who cares? Like,
Yeah.
I think you should definitely document it, because it's interesting. I love that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's and it can also help with, I know a lot of these flipping channels, like some of the audience actually go on to buy some of the stuff that they
Yeah. That's
bring in.
exactly.
Like there's one channel, what they do, which I really like, is whatever the item is, and this was always golf stuff. But what they do to make it fair is no matter what they buy, they start the auction for £1. I think it's because they know they've got an audience there, which will obviously end up buying it. But yeah, it's sort of like, look, it starts at £1. Whatever you guys go to, it goes to, kind of thing, which is quite cool. But I also thought about a fun chat. This is if I made a channel or whatever, or content about it, and if it was making decent money, blah blah blah. I thought about a fun challenge series where I go into charity shops, I buy certain items, and then whatever profit is made, I redonate back to the charity. So say like a charity sells something for a tenner, and then I sold it for £80. I then go back and I'm like, look, I do this.
Yeah.
I bought this. I sold it for this. Here is the profit, because this.
Or respend it in the charity shop.
Yeah,
it gets straight to charity.
Yeah, it works the same way. And then you've got
and then it's self-sufficient.
Yeah,
and then that's kind of like it's a flip, but within the charity environment. So it's like you're literally generating money for charity.
Yeah, that's really but so I thought something like that would be quite cool.